Outer gods, commonly known as eldritch horrors, are higher-dimensional beings that come from a different dimension. They are not affected by the laws that currently govern the Nasuverse. While hard to comprehend, they are not indestructible in either the conceptual or metaphysical sense. Their lives are finite. On top of that, most of the outer gods are sealed away, explaining why we don't see much of them. And if they were to say rule the world, then Gilles believes that the world would be quite bad in his words. During the Singularity, Salem, and Fate Grand Order, the last remaining demon god pillar, Ram, chose to think outside the box in his attempt to save humanity through pain, where the other demon god pillars failed in their methods. So he saw out the power of the outer gods. The host of this outer god, being Abigaile Wiliams, pushed to the point to where she would lose her innocence, having seen the pain and suffering of many. She wields the power of the Silver Key, allowing her to travel time and space with gateways. She currently hosts the outer gods Sut-Typhon, or Euclids as others may know them. Currently, her real self's whereabouts are unknown, as she is learning to control her Silver Key ability, and thus have ways to interact with the version of her in Chaldea. Cathuga Oei is the daughter and student of Cathuga Hokusai. The octopus that we see with her is Hokusai himself, who sometimes takes over Oei in later forms. Cathulu sought out Hokusai as a host, but he wasn't interested in the god's plan. Cathulu found its way into the world after Ram opened up a hole in the law of the world, and was actually a part of Ram's backup plan. Our good old BB, the Sakura AI, served as a host for two deities. One is the Hawaiian goddess Pele, and the other is implied to be the outer god Narylethoteph, known as an evil trickster, who likes to toy with others, similar to BB herself. Surprisingly, they may not have been completely in sync with each other. Unlike other hosts, she doesn't take the foreigner class, maintaining her moon cancer classification. Guifie is the host of what we assume to be Cathuga, who is one of the few fire-based outer gods. She uses blue flames to enhance herself, fire lasers, make creatures made of fire, and is able to summon a giant blue sun. The evil flower god is responsible, supposedly, for the insanity of Van Gogh, who had decided to merge with an insane water nymph, Clytie, which created the servant that we see, known as Clytie Van Gogh. They are composed of 80% Clytie, 15% of a black box from the imaginary number space, and 5% Van Gogh. So far, we can assume that this outer god is Volthum, whose plan involves the abyss that's within the imaginary number space. Following that, we have Jacques the Molay, the female variant, hosting the Holy Mother of the Abyss, which is implied to be ShubNiggu-rath. We also know that she's being watched by Baphamot, who she refers to as Guifie. And lastly, we have Euclids from the Fate Requiem story, who is implied to have the outer god Hastur. She is the only foreigner within that world to be summoned, with her master being an elementary school teacher. If you want more content, then check the link in the description or the card above to learn more about the equivalent to outer gods.